back. Whoa, why is it like this? It wasn't like this earlier. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. It just like decided to be up close and a little too personal, if you know what I mean. So let's see if I can fix this. All right, let's. Come on, thing. Come on, work with me, work with me. All right, there we go. That is a lot better. Don't know why that just did that. So, all right. Sorry, family, about the technical difficulties and us running a little bit late. We're getting the run-ins of the storm system. That was a Hurricane Helen, that really hit hard in North Carolina, parts of Tennessee, but also Georgia and Florida. You would have thought Florida would have been the top image, but it seems that the west side of North Carolina is. And let me know if you guys can hear us okay. Let us know. Mic check, see if can you see something.
I can see something.
Let's just make sure that we're okay because we've been having some techie difficulties. All right, let us know in the chat fam if you can hear us okay. Give us a thumbs up. Okay. Oh, let us know. Mic check, so can you... That's okay. Seafood Food did a mic check for us.
It worked.
So thank you for that. I know that wasn't intentional, but we're gonna go ahead and get this show rolling. In case you didn't hear me earlier, because it doesn't look like much of you are saying much of anything. So hopefully you guys are hearing us and we're not just hearing ourselves. But anyways, I was seeing the storm system, the leftover parts of it have been creating a good amount of rain, which for us is a good thing because we've been very dry, weirdly enough, for the past month. We've been having lots of gray skies, but no real rain. But unfortunately, places like West North Carolina got hit really hard, but to Tennessee and so on and so forth with the storm. I guess hurricane just kind of like sat on top of that area and just let loose. So they actually got worse damage than what Florida did, which was more of a direct hit. So yeah, this just goes to show storms can be very unpredictable. You never really know what they're going to do until the moment that they do that. And I'm sad. That's like one of my favorite areas. That's where my mom used to live. Today, by the way, would have been her birthday, September 29th. And that was one of the reasons I want to make sure we got on here and stuff like that. And on my mom, I want to keep moving forward despite the adversities and just all the different things that we've been coming up against. It's been quite a struggle for the past couple of years, which those of you that have been part of the Shaolin family, you know what I'm talking about. And I know a lot of you have been going through lots of trials and tribulations too. And I just want you to know it's going to be okay. We are definitely praying for anyone in that area that's been hit hard by the storm. So if you know anyone in that area that you would like us to pray for, you can go ahead and put that in the chat below. If it's you, someone you love, all good. We'll add them to our prayer list. If you're shy and you don't want to put your stuff out in public, totally understand, but you still want to be added to the prayer list or add them to the prayer list, you can email me at support@shaolin.com. Just put it in the subject prayer list. I'll make sure that you guys and gals are on there. I just wanted to offer that up before we get started with our Kung Fu for tonight. And just let you guys know it's going to be okay. Look, a lot of bad things happened. A lot of loss happens as part of life, but I promise you, 30 days are coming. So keep your chin up and stay focused. Let's see who we have on right now. We have Kagler, who has the first question of the night. So we'll get that in a moment. Ed says, good evening, all coming in from Rhode Island, USA. Kagler said, understandable. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, that was when me talking about the internet. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. It said, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, if you haven't already, please subscribe and make sure you hit and tap that bell notification to it. Let you know anytime we go live and we add new videos. And I'm just gonna warn you all that there's gonna be a lot more videos popping up on this channel and our Inner Shaolin YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed over there, make sure you are subscribed. There's gonna be different videos that we're gonna be adding. I got some important information updates to share with you all, which I'll share a little towards the end because I want to get to your questions first. So make sure you stay tuned with us until the end so you can stay up to date on what is happening. Let's see, Kagler has another question. All right, who else do we have? We got Darren coming in from Australia. Good to have you on, brother. And Ed apparently is no longer in New York, it looks like. If that's a good thing, congratulations. I hope it's a good thing. Got Caesar on. Thank you so much. Calgary says post Humus happy birthday. Yeah, so we had some birthdays. We were hoping get to be with you guys last week, but that did not work out. But it's all good. We're glad to be with you now. So let's go to Calgary's question. CrossFit. F45 or Orange Theory? Well, I've seen the store Orange Theory, but I personally do not know what their theory is.
I don't even know what the question is.
Basically, out of these three things, which I guess is the one you would say, CrossFit, F45, and Orange Theory. I don't know what F45 is too. So
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
CrossFit's amazing. And I will just say, like anything, it's not about this or that. It's like what we actually want to do, and is the energy and the physics principles in place to do it correctly and well to get benefit from it. If it is, A plus on our end. So it's not about it's kind of like saying like what's all kung fu is better. I mean, they all have their merits, right? They're all their uses. Same thing with fitness. So it's really about like what are your goals and what do you want to get out of it? Let's start there. And then maybe give us a short little synopsis about what F45 and Orange Theory is, because we don't know, but we know what CrossFit is. All right. So moving on. Let's see. There was another question, I think, from Kagler. Tai Chi, Kung Fu, differences and similarities.
Tai Chi or Kung Fu is a general word.
Yeah.
Tai Chi is a sub of that general word. So Kung Fu just actually means accomplish efforts. That's literally what it means. But in general terms of martial arts, it's just a word that describes pretty much any art that comes from China. And then when you say Tai Chi, it is a division of that martial arts from China. So you have Tai Chi, you have Hung Gar, you got Turtle Foot, you got Wing Chun, you got animals, you got tons and tons of styles that are from that. So just think of Kung Fu as the trunk of a tree and the branches or the styles like Tai Chi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I explain it.
Yeah. So Tai Chi is a form of Kung Fu.
Mhm.
Hope that makes sense. All right. And Kung Fu does not have to mean martial arts. It can mean accomplished effort. You can be Kung Fu at culinary arts or being a lawyer and all kinds of other things. Okay. Kung Fu in relationships. That's good. Darren, good to see you on again, brother. Ed says I was in Sleepy Hollow. Okay. All right. Where are you at now, Ed? You said where you were at, but you didn't say, you said I just returned.
He's in Rhode
Island. Oh, you're in Rhode Island now? Cool, cool, cool. Or at least I hope it's cool. I've never personally been there. I'm hoping you're enjoying it there. You guys are talking about the Headless Horseman. That's great. All right, awesome. Let's see. Caesar says, hi, family. Happy to be here one more time from San Diego, California, and we're happy to have you as well. Let's see. Darren has a question. Greetings, CJ and Sifu and Kung Fu. How many different Saos are there?
I never counted.
Okay, I haven't counted either.
Wu Sao, Pak Sao, Tang Sao, Jut Sao, Bill Sao, Gum Sao, Foot Sao, Larp Sao, Tut Sao, Tarns. Did I said Tarn Sao? There's probably like
Here,
20.
put your notepad on your phone and just like make a list.
I've never counted it, but if I break down the Song Tao form, then the LG and the Jump I can count it, but I've never counted. But let's just say there's over like 15, 20 of them. But more often than not, you're not going to use them all. It's kind of like having a cable TV that offers like 200 channels. Like you're only going to watch your favorite ones, which is like 5, 6. You're not going to watch 200 channels. It's the same thing having your hands in Wing Chun. You're more likely if you ever get in a combat, you're never going to use all of them. You're going to use the basic ones, basically Pak Sao, Tan Sao, Foot Sao, Hook Sao, the Som Tao main injuries in the hands in the beginning. You don't really go into all these hard complexities because if it is, then you're fighting someone who's just trained who can counter you. Fighting someone who doesn't have that capability of counter short close combat, you should finish them off real quick with just the basics alone.
And I will get you an official count at some point in time. It may or may not be during this webinar, but I have put it in my notes, so we'll come back to that for sure. Let's see. Kagler says Shotokan and Shaolin sound something alike. Okay. Okay. What do you think? Do you think Shotokan and Shaolin
Well,
sound a lot
Okay,
alike?
again, it's like saying Kung Fu and Tai Chi are the same. It's not. Shotokan is a specific art, a
Mhm.
style in the Japanese art, and Shaolin is where a lot of your Kung Fu styles come from. So
Right, I was gonna say there's a lot of styles in
it's not
Shaolin.
Shaolin is not a martial arts form. It's a place and where it came from.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. We got some good history lessons for y'all today. I'm loving it. All right. Let's see. Go here. That you're not missing anything in Rhode Island. I didn't want to prejudge, in case I was wrong. John, oh my goodness, so good to see you on, John. I'm not sure where you used to live in Tennessee. That was in the middle of the place that got hit, but in all cases, I'm glad you guys are far away from that mess. John says F45 training is a type of functional group fitness that combines effectiveness of workout 12. I don't know what workout 12 is. Okay. The F stands for functional, and the 45 represents the duration of each class, which is 45 minutes. Well, 45 minutes of solid working out is amazing for your cardiovascular and everything like that. So as long as they're truly doing functional movements, that should mean that they're actually doing a lot of the stuff that we teach here at NRShell, and obviously just in their own way, because I've seen a lot of different things about functional movement, and it is all about using your body correctly and properly and creating proper energy placement and all that good stuff. So if that's truly what it is, all good in the hood. But again, if you said that versus CrossFit, I'm gonna say why not both? I don't know what Orange Theory is, so I can't say maybe why not all three. But but those are two different things that could totally like support each other and make each other better. So that's just how I look at it. Oh, the 12 was typo. No problem, John. No problem. All right. Well, it looks like we are
Now
currently.
Shaolin has a question.
Oh,
Shalom has a question.
Shalom. Why didn't I see Shalom? I did not see Shalom.
He's on there.
Okay. There you are. Okay. Hi guys. Sifu, can you explain the main differences between Tai Chi and Bagua? Thanks. Oh, that's a great question.
One of the biggest difference between Tai Chi and Bagua is that in Tai Chi, you push from the heel and you move forward through the pushing from the rear. Bagua is pulling. So Tai Chi, you sit and you shift from the rear, put the pressure from the rear to the fore. And Bagua, you actually flat and you pull yourself forward rather than push yourself forward. So that's the main thing. So when I learned Bagua, Bagua is about placing your foot, keeping your weight, and then pulling yourself forward and staying flat foot the whole time. So you're like this and staying flat foot. So you don't go heel toe, you're actually going flat. So you go flat and you pull, you pull, you pull. So it's a pulling move as opposed to a pushing move from the rear to the forward. That's really the main difference between Bagua and Tai Chi in terms of footwork. Bagua uses circular motions, a lot of circular motions in the hands. So they do a lot of articulation of the wrist and follow a circular pattern. Whereas Tai Chi, depending on the style, it can be like an H, it can be a circle, it can be octagon. It just depends on the style of Tai Chi in which you practice from with family. Tai Chi is basically very dynamic in terms of it's going to move from here to here, shift from here to here. Whereas Bagua is more contained in a circle. So you're moving with think of it like a figure eight. So that's where Bagua is like. It's like you're going like this and you're moving into this direction and then you can move to this direction. So a lot of it is like a kind of like a figure eight type of motion, which can be changed, but it's more like a figure eight. It was like I said, Tai Chi can be an H type of thing where they can move like from here into this position into here like this and then into here. So they can make these lines that like when you do form, it can look like from here to here and then from here and then from here. So it can look like an H. It can again it can be an octagon. Again, I've learned different styles of Tai Chi from different families. So every one of them has a specific way of moving. They're similar in certain things. It's kind of like how dogs are. You know, they all have four legs, tail, paws, and jaw, but they come in different sizes, different lengths, and stuff like that. So there's variance in that, but the basic fundamental principles of dogs are fur, tail, jaw, four legs. So that, but the size is different. Like, so Tai Chi is that way too. There's differences in Tai Chi, especially in sequential orders. Some of them work very different in sequential orders. I've had learned Yang style and Shun style, different families of Tai Chi, but they were very, very, I would say like 90% similar. Slight differences here and there, but most of it is very, very similar. Then I've learned Chen style, which is totally different in terms of how they move. They sink more. They are very low to the ground, whereas Tai Chi is rooted in the ground. Shun style is rooted in the ground. I've learned Wu style too, and they were shorter. Like when I did Wu, like Tai Chi is about a natural walk. For when I did the Yang, it's a natural step between whatever it is your stride is. Whereas Wu style, it was shorter. It was like they were much shorter, so they didn't come out as far. They actually were very short, and they shortened the move. So they were more like this, and they would tighten their moves up. Whereas as the Yang style, it is a natural step for you and in your root and movement. So you have a much lower base and a stronger, longer stride. Whereas Chen style is even wider than that, and it's a much lower, which I didn't really like because it was a lot of pressure on the knees. I didn't like it. And then my teacher said, Chen style is something that you learn when you're younger. As you get older, you veer away from it. You do like Yang style, other style, because there is a lot of strain on the knees. So that was one of the things I've learned. But that's really the main difference between Tai Chi and Bagua. Bagua is, like I said, it's more circular. It's a pull as opposed to pushing when you walk. It's more like a figure eight in terms of its movements, where the Tai Chi can be an octagon, it can be an H type of movement, depending on the style.
So we have a question.
Yes.
Traveler wanted to know, does Bagua emphasize circling the opponents?
It emphasizes and circling, period, doesn't mean you have to circle the opponent every time. It has a movement where you can circle a guy, but it's really not about you trying to get behind his back. That would be very, very difficult to do. It's about a combination of getting to the side and turning his back, as opposed to getting around his back. So if she's punching me, I'm not trying to do this, like I go and get behind her back. Would be too long. But it would be like this, where I can move like this and move her and get towards her backside while I'm moving on the side. So it's like it's like I'm approaching, like if I'm making the curve this way, I'm going to curve this way, and I'm going to meet her and face her. So I would turn her as I get to her, and then I would still get my hands here towards her neck and stuff like that. So that's how Bagua would kind of work. But it wouldn't be trying to get to their back. It's trying to expose their back. Think of it that way.
John had a great question. He said, with that being similar, or would that be similar rather to Hapkido with all the circles?
Well, I'm not very familiar with how keto works. I've seen it, but I'm not an expert in it. I've seen people do Hapkido. It's like I know it's like small circle jujitsu inside Hapkido. I'm not an expert, but they do circular motion. I just don't know. I'm not familiar with exactly how Hapkido typically works in terms of intricacies. I've seen it, like I said, I've seen it 1,000 times. If somebody did Hapkido, I can recognize it. But for me to break it down and say how the nitty gritty,
Right, the philosophy behind it, yeah.
I wouldn't know that, but I can recognize Hapkido when I see it. So I can't say Hapkido works the same way
Research on that.
as Tai Chi because I don't know Hapkido. But from what I've seen, when I recognize, it's not the same thing as Tai Chi. A lot of things like for us at least.
Or
some of the Tai Chi's might be, but for us,
I think for more like Bagua, if you're talking about the circles.
oh, Bagua. No. You look at Hapkido and you look at Bagua, you can definitely see the difference between the two. There's Bagua is like I said, it's the only one system that I know that I've ever studied that actually pulled instead of push. Most styles, karate, hungar, animals, shoulder foot, mantis, and it's sitting and it's pushing from the rear leg to move forward. Bagua was the only style I've ever learned where you don't push. They believe in pulling rather than pushing, which is why I didn't keep up with it. I did find that natural. I found that something you had to be forced to do, where it can become natural, but it's kind of like walking with a limp all your life, and it's the way your bone are, and you have to like that. You can make it become a natural movement for you, but it's not natural movement in terms of energy. It's something you have to adapt to make it work the best it can. So you're working off of a select curve, so to speak. But I didn't find that's natural. It was the only one, like I said, that actually pulled forward as opposed to pushing. No baby ever walks pulling themselves forward. You naturally push yourself forward. So I didn't like the fact that it went against what was natural to the body. Um, so I gave up the Bagua. I don't think it's fast enough to deal with people who or a pusher versus a puller. When I sprint, I don't sprint pulling myself to go fast. I push myself to go fast. You don't see sprinters go and they pull, pull, pull. Like it's not natural. It's not a natural way to move. So I veered off of the Bagua. I did for like a year. I got pretty good at it, but again, I always felt like I had to tell myself to do it. I just not think about it and it happened because again, you push more than you pull naturally, and so I just gave that up. Anybody who wants to do Bagua, I'm not saying you're doing it bad. I'm just saying it was not for me. It's not my style of a cup of tea. I just didn't like the way I had to be going out of my way to make something happen rather than just let it happen naturally. And I like training on things that happen naturally.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. Well, we got some love from one of our awesome members, Caesar. He says, happy birthday one more time to CJ Jamie and Sipafu. My question today is about the gum sao technique, please. Well, what's your question about it specifically? Like how to use it or
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you, break it down? I can break down comes out and
yeah,
tell you what it's for.
let us know.
Unless you're looking for a specific question.
Yeah, give us do you want a general lesson on that, or did you have a specific question about the gum sao technique? Let us know, brother, and thank you. Thank you so much for the extra love.
Oh, for
Appreciate it.
John says Hapkido does a lot of pull to get the technique done.
Mm,
The pulling from Hapkido is it coming from the legs or the arms? In Bagua, it comes from the feet, not the arms. So if you're thinking pull, it's fine. Hapkido might pull, it comes from the arm, what you're talking about. Bagua does not pull, it actually redirects people's energy. So there's no pulling in Bagua. That's like think of a snake. A snake that has no hands, it cannot grab. So what does it do? It coils and wrap around and moves it that way. So Bagua is the same. So she's punching me. Bagua is like this, where I'm moving her around. She's punching me. I do like this, see, and that's Bagua. There is no grabbing in Bagua really.
oh,
There might be a little bit. Somebody might grab, but most of Bagua is open hand and turning people's energy. So this is like a Bagua hand like this. So she's punching me. I can go like this and go and move her hands that way. So I'll do it slower. But see, I'm going to move hand this way, cut it out to the elbow. So see, I'll go 1, 2, and this hand springs up. That's really how Bagua works. It doesn't really grab because it is directing energy. It's not trying to take energy. Whereas in Hapkido, they do pulling techniques, and that's taking energy. That's not directing energy. So unless you're telling me in Hapkido, because I'm not an expert in Hapkido, but I've never seen Hapkido pull to step forward. They push to step forward. Hapkido can pull with the hands, and that's fine. It's natural. But again, we don't pull anyways. I remember I tell you, we don't push, we don't pull, we press. This is our technique. Pulling is a force where you have to use energy to take someone, where pressing is being on someone and controlling them. Pulling is making them come to your will. So it's a different way.
John says placement of the feet and pull them with the hands, take them down.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different. I was saying Bagua is a pull by the feet, not by the hands.
Got it. All right, we got Leo.
No, let's answer Caesar's question.
Yeah, no, we'll get that. This was just a shout out. Leo is coming in from Brazil. He says, "Oos, blessings, brother. Glad to have you here. So if you have any questions." And now let's go to Caesar, which Caesar said, it's a breakdown of gum sao technique, please, and thank you.
A gum sao is basically a middle of the palm from the there to the heel of the palm and up to the forearm. A gum sao is designed to be used by the wrist, and think of it like a sinking of the palm down like this. So it can be a curved or drive. So this is a gum sao. A gum sao is designed to hit straight into something like a hammer to a nail. It's designed to drop. So when I do gum sao, it's like this. Elbow should be very steady. If you move your elbow, you cannot move your hands. I talk about all the time, footproof, right? If I'm arm wrestling and I keep my elbow steady, I can turn my arm and bring the force to my hands. But what happens when I move my elbow? How much power can I get in the hand to turn them? Very little to none, right? So you have to be very steady with your elbow in a gum sao. You cannot do a gum sao when you're doing this. If you can see my elbow, it kind of swing to the side. That's a poor gum sao. A gum sao is very steady of the elbow and it pivots because the wrist turns it. So changing of the angle comes from the wrist, and the wrist wants to create like a pivot from this thing of the back side of the hand into the heel of the palm. So this would be like a gum sao type of technique. Okay, so that's your gum. So it's like jut sao. The only difference is jut sao is down, whereas the gum sao is in the palm, whereas the jut sao is the heel palm. So you're really using that with an arc down. So this would be a gum sao. If I do it slow, you can see my wrist articulate. So this is a gum sao. To magnify that, you sink your hips a little bit and bend your knees. So gum sao can be very powerful that way. Several reasons. One, you can hit hard, but two, it also allows you to bring low to strike. So she's going to give me a very, very light punch because it hurts a lot. So give me a very, very light punch. So it's got no body. So gum sao is from the mid from the mid of the body to the lower body, your groin, your leg, whatever. Okay. So when you do no, don't get you pivot from the elbow like this. Most people will do this and bring up the arm to try and push down. It won't work against an uppercut. It won't work against a forceful punch. You cannot try and push against the force. You must inject the energy into the point, not try to move the energy itself away. For another one, she's punching me, let's say, I'm not trying to move her arm out of the way. If she's trying to push into me, that's going against her force. Our gum sao design is called pinning hand. So I'm pressing the point down. So if she's punching me, I'm hitting that point down.
Oh yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah. So that's what I said sometimes. I'm hitting that. So a gum sao is designed to like a hammer to a nail. It's designed to hit straight down.
That's what it felt like just like a
Yeah.
pickaxe going straight down through like
It's really
railroad spikes.
It's really one of the most effective ways to deal with someone with a knife trying to hit you in the gut. This will disarm someone. I actually broke someone's arm that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say definitely so. Totally possible.
So if they come at you full force, instead of trying to block them, prevent them from coming in, take advantage of that force and use it to strike them. It's one of the best things, right? The best way to win a fight is always to attack. It's never to defend. I've never seen anyone win a fight where they just defended. Okay, the person who wins always wins by attacking. So let's just say gum sao is and actually all your hands when you're good becomes attacking hands. Even pack sao, you're not trying to hit the hands out, which is the thing that people make a mistake on. She's throwing a straight punch like this, and I'm no straight punch to the face. I'm trying to push her hands away. It should never be a hand in which you're using to try to get energy off. It should be hands that always bring energy in. So that's why I talk about we don't go in defensive mode, we go into counteroffensive. Don't punch hard because it's hurt. So then I'm gonna eject the
Supposed to go towards your face or
yeah, towards your face, but don't punch hard like that. So in pack out, even that, like once you start using your wrist, you're doing this. Why? Like I said, the reason why we do this is because we can attack next. She's punching me in the gut, in the face. I go hit. I'm going right there. My wrist has all the energy. I gotta turn the energy from the palm right into the wrist. If I do a gum sao where I hit it from the heel of the palm, give you a light.
Okay.
So I'm hitting from the heel of the palm like this. You can see the heel. Once I can turn the wrist, so I can go from here into that. So if she's punching me that guy, I can go from a low right to the face from that. So I can hit boom, which is why I said we sink down because we spring up. Again, our intention is never to get hands out, it's to get our hands in. So a lot of people do gum sao where they do a slight like this and they try to push the hands out. It won't work. One, you're never putting pressure on them so they can attack you again. Two, you're not doing damage, so they're free to attack again. Three, you're moving yourself out, which is taking longer. Four, you're exposing your center line, which is bad because now you're vulnerable to striking. When you learn how to root down and you hit down the center with the heel of the palm, you can use that energy. One, you're damaging, you're hurting. You're going to disrupt that energy. Two, you're using energy like a springboard. So it's like a spring. It's like a punch a low, slow, but it's like boing, boing. So I'm using hit down, hit up. So it's very fast. It's one motion. There's no two. It's two motions put into one, two separate movements, I should say, into one motion. So I call it not 1, 2, it's twan, So it's like three things you do. It should be together. It should be thwan. right? So all your movements, it should be connected into a single movement to an objective to attack, not to defend, then attack. It's an attack into an attack. So guns out is one of the greatest techniques you can use for anybody who wants to attack you from the mid-range to your lower gut. It's so fast and so powerful. And like I said, I've demonstrated where I actually broke someone's arm, who came at me hard when I told him not to, but he came at me full force and broke his arm. And it's a very powerful, and the thing was I wasn't going full force. I told him, don't go for hard, because I am going to put some injection to the wrist, but I didn't do 100% power. I didn't snap full speed. I snapped at maybe 30% of my speed, but that was enough combined with their force to actually break their bones. And they grabbed the arm, they dropped the knife. They had a wooden knife. I told him, it's stabbing, and I said, don't come hard. And it came full force, dropped the knife, grabbed his arm, pulled, turned around, grabbed the arm, had to go to the hospital later, and they said his bone was fractured. So that's a gum sow. Heal the palm, middle palm, heal the palm, and even here to the bone. So you can hit this way, and if you're like, give me a punch. This side so they can see.
Okay.
So you can hit even here like that, as long as you're using the base. See, my base is live with the wrist together, and it creates a hit that way. It doesn't have to be heel the palm, it can be anyone the arm, so long as it's a parallel move. So you're moving parallel. So that's not parallel. So you can see I'm not doing parallel. When I do this, you can see the elbow and the palm draw with the arm at the same time. So it looks like it's going together. But when you do this, does it look parallel? It looks like it's off, right? So it looks like I'm swinging. So when you're doing a gum sow, base should have a very heavy drive on the forearm in conjunction with the wrist turning. And that's how you do good gum sow.
That was pretty awesome. Cesar, let me know if you're satisfied because you gave us a lot of love. So if you have any other follow-up questions, please let us know. We have a little bit of time and we'll do our best to answer. If not, we'll do extra in the members webinar coming up here in a little bit. So we got Ralph coming in from Dallas. Good to have you. Let's see. Leo does jujitsu. Awesome. Awesome. That is good to hear. Let's see. Harrow's coming in from Argentina. Welcome. Good to have you here. And Ross says, I hope all is well with family moving, settling in, and Sifu's move. Sifu comments on your end? I'll let you go first.
The sale fell through. Oh, long story, but I don't think it was God's will. So
Must not have been. Must not have
I
been.
do have a friend that wants to buy from the beginning but couldn't, and I think I was supposed to sell the house, and there was a baby snake in my house, so that and somebody else wanted to bid on something
Oh,
else happened.
wow.
So I think this all happened for the reason because I
That
pray
it's supposed to be
that
for
it was
him.
my friend who was supposed to buy it, and now he should be able to buy it. He's got an opportunity to, so that's what we're
Oh,
for
hallelujah.
God to
I believe that
open that doorway.
then it was meant to be. So your move is still kind of going. My move is still going. The unpacking phase. I got most of my stuff unpacked, but because I was, staying in a studio apartment for a while, I had storage shed that I had to get out. So I was like, I'm paying a lot of money for rent. I gotta cut the expenses, cut the fat. So we unloaded that. So now it looks like I haven't unpacked anything really again. So I'll be incrementally working on that this week. So I will say that everything's happening in God's timing. So my doggo, Benny, is like so. He's like sort of adjusting, but sort of not adjusting well. One problem at a time. But do my best to try to help him settle in a little bit. I think being fully unpacked will definitely help for everyone. I don't know about you all, but it's scientifically proven that clutter and things like that does not do well for the emotional and physical state. Wu-Tang. Oh my goodness. Speaking of Wu-Tang, uh Tifu Larry is learning some stuff, and in the training he logs in as enter Shaolin because he signed up through that for this training. It's in regards to some stuff that he's learning um for the business, and this guy keeps going Wu-Tang forever. The moderator, the host or whatever, was hilarious. I don't think he actually knows that we do martial arts. I think he just thinks that We like Wu-Tang, which actually Wu-Tang was not even a part of why that name came to be. So that's what makes it even more funny. And then I saw on my way into work a couple days ago, someone had a sign. It almost looked like it was like something for the presidential race coming up, like the colors were red, white, and blue and stuff like that. And then it said, Wu-Tang is forever, presidents are temporary. What is going on? So yes, it's funny that you commented Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang is Wu-Tang all over the place lately for us, which is hilarious. Let's see. John says I had good training with Connect and Control and had a horse that did not want to give me his foot. He was very sore. I had to control his movement from his neck, keep him up, and work on him. Good use. That is a good practical use. I love that. I've been having to use a lot of Nodak Na on my doggo because he's not he's been a little aggro in the new place. So I've been able to put him in his place a couple times. So yeah, Nodak Na in action to be able to deal with disgruntled animals, whether they're in pain or just being buttheads. Okay. So that's awesome, John. Thanks for sharing that. Ralph said, CJ Jamie, is that a hooded or sweater? This is a zip up hoodie. This is actually my OG original. It's a thin one, but it's like extra thin because it's like forever old and falling apart. Good news though, we are going to have the thin style back when we relaunch the store, which is coming up very soon. I'll share more about that in a moment. So you'll be able to get the thin style again. I'm gonna get me a fresh new one because this baby's like 10 years old. Okay, it's time to retire her. So I'm gonna get a new one, but we also have medium and heavyweight styles, pull over as well as zip up. So all the above. So you can definitely get you one of them soon. We also, the new supplier will also still carry Sifu's long sleeve hoodies, which is lightweight, as well. Good for all seasons, for whether layering or in the summertime. We've had a lot of people that love that style as well. So we will be keeping that. And thank you, Lord, we're gonna have pants again and a bunch of other cool stuff. And more designs too. Like this is the OG, like just represent and Shaolin for those of you serious about that.
OG as an original garment.
Exactly. An original gangsta garment. Okay. So there's that. But we'll also have some really cool designs that are going to be year specific and other things that we'll be doing that'll be really cool. So looking forward to sharing with y'all when we launch Shaolin 2.0, which I have some news out for y'all, fam. Okay.
Now, I'm out of time.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it right now. That's why I said that. Let me just make sure that I don't need to address anything else. So, okay, Ralph, I'm going through the same thing. Hope to sell soon. Oh, well, I hope you will also sell. Yeah, it's a rough time. It's a wild time we're living in right now. But okay, let's talk about good news. One, our birthday sale is still going on, fam. I'm gonna just share my screen with y'all real quick so I can talk about a few things with you before we start this member-only webinar. All right, so this is our birthday sale. Y'all can go to entershaolin.com/birthday. No coupon is needed. You can save at least 40%. We did go ahead and let you guys get access to our monthly membership. That's the junior one. It gives you access to the NDN 101 course, the 52-week course. The only course that we currently have that is it's time-based, not meaning like you're rushed by it, but like weekly lessons are released over those 52 weeks. There's also quizzes and other ways for you to gauge that you're actually getting the knowledge that is being taught to you, which is super important. It's literally like the syllabus of the website, okay? So you have access to that. Quarterly critique are also available in that. Plus, you can come to the webinars that we do on Zoom and get at least 2 a month. Though hopefully, God willing, we'll be back up to like 3 to 4 a month. Okay, we've had a lot of situations with moving and weather and internet connections, but we're gonna get there again. We're gonna get back to some normality soon. Feel it coming on. But you get access to those 2 to do critiques if you want, or you can send in a short video and have that done and watch the replay later. Also, let's see, you get access to the webinar replays as well. So again, if you can't make it, no worries, you can still participate. You get access to our training hall, which has access to our Nordic Na, our Qigong, Tai Chi core training, Chin Na, Wing Chun, and ground fighting and women's self-defense. all the goodies, okay? And again, when we launch Inner Shaolin 2.0, which is, I'm going to give you the launch date here in a moment, this will not be something that you can just buy. The monthly membership will not exist anymore for the junior, where you have all this access like this. There'll only be the Abbott, and it's going to be a whole lot more than the sale price, let alone what's currently on the join page. So I just want to forewarn you guys, and it's because it's honestly something that's worth bare minimum $150,000. I know you think that sounds crazy, but it's like probably worth more than that. It's well over 15 years of training, if not more. It's like you're taking private lessons and semi-private lessons in them, and we leave no stone unturned. So if you like what you see here, that's the membership you need to get, the Abbots, and go check that out. That sale is going to end on the 1st. I extended it to the 1st for you guys just because of the weather and everything being crazy. So you can get that again at epsilon.com/birthday. Now let's talk about the launch. So on October 6th, we are going to be doing a pre-launch for the level 1 part of our Introductory 2.0 community. So members that are already signed up are going to have access to that, as well as members anytime you want. You guys can go to entershaolin.com/founder. We still have a good amount of spots left for the founder membership for Shaolin 2.0. Go check that out. Must be logged in to get to that page again, entershaolin.com/founder, because it's only for the members, which means anyone that's not a member that's watching this, if you sign up to the sale that I just showed you at the /birthday, you also get an invite to this. But yeah, so that's going to be on the 6th. That's next week. We're going to get running with y'all. Yeah, we're going to tell them about the Saturday class. Do you want to tell them about the Saturday class?
You can. You
Okay.
You can.
All right, so on the 5th, so I just told you on the 6th, but the day before, on the 5th, that's a Saturday.
What we're doing new.
Yes, what we're doing new is we're going to be doing live Saturday classes. Now, this is going to be for Enter Shaolin 2.0. That's how anyone's going to have access to it. It's going to be a community feature. It's going to be for the level 3. I'm not going to talk about the different levels and stuff like that, but everything is like really affordable and lots of value. So don't stress about it. And if you want to, you could technically do a one-time pass, like to pop in and out live when you want to, or a monthly pass they can add on to a level 1 or 2. Again, we'll talk more about that, but there'll be recordings, you can attend live, and we're going to do like a 30-minute Q&A session after the live class. So Steve Fu is going to be teaching his Saturday class in here. And
2 hours.
I'll say, what time is it till?
2 hours.
Is it 11
o'clock to 1 o'clock?
11 to 1.
So we'll be doing lessons every Saturday.
Yeah.
From 11 to 1, except Christmas and holidays like that. But
or natural catastrophes.
Yes. But from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I'm going to be teaching specific techniques for combat drills to improve the techniques, to enhance your power control, all that. So we will be focusing on attacking, counterattacking, grappling, anti-grappling techniques to refine your movements, understanding energy principles. I'll be teaching some Tai Chi on the sides with other students and do combat on the other side, understanding how to improve your reflex, your conditions. We're going to be hitting everything. My group classes, I teach it specifically for combat. So that will be what we'll be doing, and we'll be hitting those type of things, conditioning type of training, refining type of training, combat training, reflexive training, all that stuff that we're going to do. We're going to techniques, working on, like I said, we'll be working on sensitivity drills. We'll be working on forms. So we will be doing 2 hours of training. Every week will be different. So there's no syllabus of like, oh, what do I do? I will teach based on how many students are there and where their levels at. So I will work on the principles of where they're at. So the good news is that you guys will be able to watch live, and you guys will be able to ask questions, and after that 2-hour class and a half hour, we'll be answering your questions and doing some demonstrations a little here.
Can't make it live, you could ask questions about it the next day at the members webinar, so you can watch the replay and always get some help if you end up having some questions. So I think what's going to be really cool about it, and I love that you said that, because we had a gentleman, and I don't know if he's watching right now. I know we're going overtime, fam, please forgive us, but it's really important that we share this information with y'all. And I'm just on the screen, I'm walking you guys through the membership site just so you can see a little bit what's inside for anyone that's not already part of Enter Shaolin.
And this won't be Enter Shaolin 2.0 formats.
Yeah, no, there's again, this stuff will not be available unless you join the Abbott membership. It's going to be something that you have to apply to once a year, and it's going to be a whole lot more than what it's going for in the sale, let alone on the current joining page. So you get access to all these lessons. Also, with NHL 2.0, the founder sale that we're having for members, just so you guys know, you guys get level 3. So that means you get all the goodies for Shaolin 2.0. So you'll get access to those Saturday live classes. And again, members, you go to nhln.com/founder. I think we have like 28 or 32 spots left currently for that. That is not time-based. It just is member-based because there's only the different things that we're going to be giving away to our founding members. It's not going to be like the Abbott membership that where, you can over time still join as a lifetime member to the training hall. It's going to be different. So it is going to be one of those things that once we run out of those spots, like it's not going to be something that's re-offered down the line. We might make it where founding members can maybe recommend people into the founder club, but it's going to really just be based on if we're able to add all the extra one-on-one time and the different cool stuff that we're adding to our founding members, and if it's going to be something that we can actually share with more people. That's all I can say about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be spending a lot of time together. We're going to be launching with 3 rooms for October 6th. Plus, you're going to get the replay to the live class. So if you're already a founding member, you're going to get an invite on Friday for the Saturday class. Again, if you can't make it live, no worries, we're going to record it for y'all. And you can ask questions on the member webinar the next day if you want. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then we're going to be giving the login stuff for our founding members on the 6th. So you guys and gals can come check out some of the virtual spaces. Basically, everything that's going to be in level 1 is going to be accessible to you guys and gals. And then we're going to roll it out. It's going to be, I want to estimate 1 to 2 weeks in it, just because life has been life and a lot for us here at Shaolin. So I'm going to be more pragmatic and I'm going to say within 2 weeks, we'll have level 2 launched to you guys and gals in the founding membership. And then from October 6th to November 6th, which is Sifu Larry's birthday. For his birthday, the present is going to be Shaolin 2.0. It's going to be launched to everyone else. So our subscribers will get first dibs a week before that. So if you are on our list and not a member yet, you guys will get first dibs, but then we're going to open it up to everyone around the world. So that is the launch schedule. That's what's going on. I look forward to spending a lot of time with our members in Shaolin 2.0 and our virtual spaces, co-working, co-training, and all the fun stuff with you all. So let me just go through here real quick and see if anything is needed to be addressed. Ed says, I hope y'all dump on the Abbott offer. I joined as an Abbott. And for me, it was an investment in myself. It was the best thing I did for myself. I agree. And you know what, Ed, thank you for sharing that. We get that from a lot of people. I don't have people that get mad that they signed up for the Abbott membership. It doesn't happen. So there was one guy that was disgruntled, but it's because he assumed, because nowhere on our site does it say that you join as an Abbott member and you get access to seminars for free and certifications free, discounts for those things, absolutely, as Abbott membership. And I was like, sir, and he thought we could certify him how to do the stuff online. I said, sir, if you ever find a site because this was back when we were $997, that was our founding price when we first opened up for the Abbott membership. I said, sir, if you ever find a site for $1,000 that promises you free webinars, seminars, certifications, and they can do it all online, run for your life and ask for your money back. So, and I'm just throwing that out there. So that's the only one in 10 years, one disgruntled person. So you're going to be more like Ed, I promise you that, except for, maybe the 1% if you might get mad, maybe mad that you didn't sign up sooner. Okay, that's about it.
Mad about
But this is not a thing. Sifu Larry, and see Jamie. Good to see you, brother. Ralph, amen. Praying for all of us to prosper. Love it. I think that is a great thing for us all to pray for. Don says it is worth it. The Abbott member and founder can say I regret even 1 minute of the content. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. And let's see, Ralph, please join folks. It will change your way of practicing your martial arts and never ending experience. Absolutely. So again, if you guys haven't already yet, here it is. I'm just gonna put a link right here in the chat for y'all in case for some reason you don't know how to spell birthday. I think you do. So there you guys go. And again, that will be available until the 1st at midnight. Then it's closed out Eastern Standard Time. So, and that's it. And then we're going to remove that page. No one's going to be able to join the old membership and all the training call like that ever again. And anyone else that wants that later on will be paying a lot more money because it's worth it and then some. So congratulations to all those members that are already in part of the training hall, and whether you're added junior or senior, you're awesome. Go check out that founder sale at shaolin.com/founder. And members, we're about to see you on Zoom. Everyone else, we'll see y'all next week. Peace. Love y'all. God bless.